Let's read some more scary stories that were sent to us. Was that an orb or a cat hair? I don't know. Anyway, for context, this happened at my fiance's grandmother's house. When they moved in, they discovered a Ouija board built into the floor of the attic. So about a few months ago, I was staying the night at their house so I could spend time with my fiance and his grandmother. Him and I were laying in bed, and I felt the bed move, so I thought it was my partner. I didn't know what time it was, so I uncovered myself from the blanket only to have my fiance standing above me on the bed, watching me and smiling. I yelled at him to stop and that it was scaring me, but whoever it was just stood there. I kept yelling at it to stop, and a few moments later, my partner ran into the bedroom from the bathroom across the hall and asked me what was happening and what was wrong. Apparently, I had tears running down my face and my eyes were bloodshot red. I left that night to go back to my house. This isn't the first time something has happened there. Girl, you would never, ever catch me back at that house again. When I first moved into my new house, weird things started happening like a week later. This was my first personal experience with this thing that we now call the Shadow Man. I share a room with my sister, but she was at a sleepover this night. My door was cracked open just enough to see out of it. My bed is positioned so I can see out of the door. I look up from my phone because I had a weird feeling, and I see this 6-foot tall thing just standing in my doorway. I'm too scared to move, but I immediately hide under my covers and start texting my parents. 10 or 15 minutes later, I come out from under the covers and it's gone. My mom also experienced something when she was home alone. She was upstairs cleaning the playroom and she heard something up there. Thinking it's my dad, she says his name and turns around, but there's nothing there. Another time, my mom and sister came in the house and heard a little kid say, "Mommy, is that you?" No one was home except them. Lastly, the most recent thing that happened was when my family was all in the kitchen. We heard a door slam upstairs, so my dad went up there to check it out, and all of the doors were shut. The windows were also closed, so it couldn't have been the wind. One of my classmates used to live in this house, and I told one of her friends about it, and he said that every time he went over there, he just felt like something was off. Thankfully, nothing has happened in the last few weeks, but we never know what's going to happen next. Okay, first of all, I'm glad the parents believe the kid in this situation. They're all like experiencing weird things in that house, and I definitely think that they need to look up like how to cleanse their house because it definitely sounds like there's something spooky in there.